Hey guys, Ryan here with Tom Not Trasana. Thank you for tuning in to another video. In today's video, I actually want to talk a little bit about a component of my brand that I kind of have put aside for the past few months, and that is the style-focused content. Now, for all you new subscribers out there, people who haven't seen my older content, you're probably like, yeah, what are you talking about? This is the fragrance channel. And you're right, but when I started, I also intended it to be a style channel. So I wanted to focus on style and fragrances. In fact, that's why my or the brand name is Top Notch Persona, right? So high quality persona as in image or how you present yourself to the world, which does actually include fragrances, but is often associated with style. There's been one major reason why I've kind of put style content on the back burner, and I'm going to tell you about it in this video. I'm going to be completely honest here. It's actually kind of hard for me to talk about, and it might actually be surprising again for the newcomers who haven't seen my older content, because I haven't mentioned this in a while either. But the main reason, the primary reason I haven't been focusing on style related content is my body image issues. I know, big shocker to everybody who is just tuning in or who has tuned in at some point over the past few months. But the fact of the matter is, like, when I was younger, I had a lot of body image issues. I was very conscientious of how I look and very worried about how I look, and that everything had to be perfect. And it still actually does. Like, I am all about being as flawless as possible when I go out into the world. I would never allow myself to have a stain or a blemish or a mistake of any kind when I go out into the world. And that is because of my issues, my body image issues, which, I mean, I'll probably always have to some degree. They used to be a lot worse. I've gotten control of them to a large degree. But I mean, I'd be lying if I said there weren't issues still there. And those issues are what have been kind of impeding me from diving deeper into the style community. I almost said fragrance community, but I feel I got that one, but the style community. Let me tell you what I mean. So with fragrance related videos, right, I feel I am able to focus much more on the content, at what I'm saying, at editing the videos, the lighting, the audio, all the technicalities of each single video. And that's because fragrance doesn't necessarily have to do with how you look, you know what I mean? So, like, I like to wear, different outfits and stuff, obviously, kind of to indirectly show you that, I'm stylish. But but the thing is that when you're talking primarily about style, you're putting 100% of focus on how you look, like literally every aspect of how you look. And like, I know, like, sometimes, like right now, because of the mask, I have a pimple right here. I've had one, it's going away. Or sometimes, like, maybe my shirt's a little wrinkled, and I just get a little worried that, if I focus too much on style and too much on my physical appearance, people are just going to start, like, nitpicking and, pointing out these little minute flaws that, I'm not actually, trying to focus on, or if I make a topic about best sports jackets, or proper fit rather, and one of my jackets, somebody thinks it's a little too big or something, which I personally, I think all of my jackets fit fine, but if somebody calls me out on that, I'd be kind of like, I have to admit, I don't really know what I would say to that. So the difference with fragrance videos is, like, I know how to respond to pretty much everything. Negative feedback is always going to be negative feedback, and that stuff I just ignore and you know, put aside because it's not worth dealing with. But with style content, you know, I don't really know how to navigate it yet, and I know most likely I'm not going to know how to navigate it until I dive more into it. But I've just been hesitant, I guess, because I feel like I'm on a roll with fragrances. I know what I'm doing with fragrances, and style, I'm still a little bit unsure of. And let me clarify real quick though. I'm not unsure of my own style. In fact, I do think my style is much better than a lot of other people I see, you know, who tend to dress lazily or just down or wear their pajamas out or whatever, or you know, people who go primarily for comfort. You know, I think my style is above average and I really do know what I'm doing. So when I say I'm unsure about style, that's not what I mean. What I mean is just I'm unsure about like the finer details of the style community, you know. So like I watch other videos and stuff like Real Men Real Style, Alpha M's, people like that, and it just seems to me like a lot more work has to go into the videos, and not even the videos themselves, but how they look, you know. So like when Antonio has a jacket on or whatever, or a suit on, like everything has to be pristine, you know what I mean? Like everything has to be perfect. With Alpha M, he tends to dress a little more down, which I find, or I imagine, is a little easier. But even with him, it's like, you know, you never see him wearing something with a little tear in it, or, you know, there's nothing ever out of place with him. Uh, and I just feel like with fragrance videos, again, like I said, you know, since the focus isn't really on how I look, it's on the fragrances themselves, or, you know, what I'm saying about the fragrances, I feel that, like, it's a little easier for me just to, like, open up and just be myself about the fragrances and get into the topics, you know what I mean? Because I'm not really worrying about the small little flaws that might be going on with my outfit or on my face or whatever else, because I'm really passionate about the topic and that's what I'm focusing on. So when I say I'm unsure about style, that's what I'm referring to, not my own style. I think my own style is like I said, above average. I think I'm very knowledgeable. Like all my friends, my family, they come to me looking for style advice. But unsure in the sense that, you know, I'm unsure with how to respond and how to act, and you know, all that stuff with you know, within the fragrance, or again I said fragrance, this style community. That's pretty much my reason. That's the gist of what my reason has been. Now, I have been compiling a list of potential style related content, things for me to do videos on later on. I really don't feel comfortable in giving you an exact time for that, or the frequency in which they would come out. I just have to really do it at my own time. But I am telling you without a doubt, 100%, that style is going to be a part of this channel. I started it with the intention of, you know, of it being a part of it. And I 100% still expect it to be a part of it. So, you know, if you're here, if you're looking for style content, don't count me out yet, because it will be here eventually. Alright guys, thanks for listening to my story, thanks for tuning in, and remember, before you leave, when you look and smell your best, you feel your best.